Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about a few reveals that were posted on Hasbro Pulse today because of course today is Transformers Tuesday. Some of these we already know about, we're just getting more pictures now because now they're online, and of course they have at a price now, and a few of them of course I already have. Some of them I don't even want, I just want to show you just to have, some better pictures, my thoughts and opinions, and just for fun. So of course now we finally have Hot Rod posted on Hasbro Pulse, the core class figure. This is the last core class figure of Kingdom. I think it's a pretty good figure. I reviewed it over on the channel, so if you haven't seen that review, go check it out. I really won't be, of course, getting into the details here because I already reviewed it. We all know what the price is. It's about $10, $11, so I would go buy it if you can. I think it's a pretty good figure. Not, I would say, the best core class, but definitely not the worst. There's a lot of criticism on it, but I think it's a pretty good figure. So next, we're going to be taking a look at a Studio Series figure. Here we have a Studio Series Deluxe Class 70 Bumblebee B127. So this is the unmasked version. I think they made a masked version, and this is the unmasked version. I think there is just no mold changes, of course, besides the face. That's it. I could be wrong about that. I don't have this figure or the other one, so yeah. But it's in stock, about $25. Comes with the really cool cannon. The typical kind of Cybertronian design. It turns into a really cool Cybertronian car. Here is the packaging. Of course, this is part of the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line, so has that really cool packaging with several different characters. Got RC. I think there's some Mirage there. It's kind of cut off. There's Bumblebee, and a ton of the text and writing. So yeah, overall, a pretty cool figure. Of course, not the most interesting one that they released today because it is just a slight remold, mostly repaint. So pretty cool. Now moving on to the next figure. Here we have Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series Deluxe Class Cliffjumper. So this is number 13 of the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. So this is really just a direct repaint of the Cliffjumper mold from Siege. I think it is just kind of tweaked in coloring to be more screen accurate to the '86 movie. Of course, the Siege one, that was more war-torn battle looking, a lot darker colors. This has a lot lighter colors for like the blue and the gray. There is still a little bit of black, but you know what I mean. So overall, the exact same thing. No sculpting changes, just a bit of a brighter color, more cartoon looking color. And here's the vehicle mode. I think it looks okay. I probably won't be buying this one because I already have all the other ones, and I really don't need another Cliffjumper. I'm perfectly fine with the Siege one I have. But as you can see, quite a bit of lighter colors to it, lighter shade of red and blue for the window. And here we have the packaging. I think it does come with a little Teletrend 1 or ARC background in there that you can make a whole display with. Of course, I'm assuming this figure will come with all of the typical accessories we're used to that we get with Cliffjumper, Bug Bite and all that. Comes with the bazooka, and you can separate it and it can form a ton of separate individual weapons. Like here's the bazooka, then in kind of a silverish blue with some black, looking pretty cool. And of course, on the back, there's all the product shots. So yeah, pretty cool. This is sold out, so unfortunately, it's sold out. But it does say here this is an exclusive, and it says exclusive to Target, so you'll be able to get this on Target as well. I haven't checked if that's in stock or not, but usually they stock the Buzzworthy Bowling line pretty well. So if you want it, I would go check there right now. So moving on to the next figure, here we have another repaint to really match the cartoon accurate look. We have a Studio Series Deluxe Class Cup. So this is again on the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. It's really just tweaked to look more cartoony. There's kind of some damage on his chest. I think a slight different change in head sculpt, but the accessories are the exact same. Little Energon goodie and the pistol, and of course it will transform into the exact same thing. So I won't really be spending a long time on these figures, taking a look at them now, of course, because it's the exact same figure from the original '86 line, really just slightly tweaked in paint apps. But the truck looks pretty good. Again, that new added kind of wear and tear on the front of the vehicle mode and the chest and the robot mode. And here's the packaging again with all those pictures of several different robots. Very nice. So yeah, overall pretty cool, and of course more product shots on the back, and it transforms into 21 steps. And this is of course sold out as well, and this is a part of the Buzz-Worthy Bumblebee line, so this is exclusive to Target. So there you go. Now moving on to one of the more interesting characters. This was released or revealed at a Fan First Friday a few weeks ago. Definitely probably the highlight out of that live stream. We have Sludge, which is pretty cool. Weird enough, there's only 2 pictures. There is no picture of the packaging art or the box or anything really. Only this picture of the dinosaur mode, which looks pretty cool in my opinion. I have to say, looks pretty cool. The very long neck, I think they did pretty good with the sculpting and detailing. I like the nice kind of silver shiny orange they use, the metallic orange they use. That looks pretty good. And you can see there is a peg inside his mouth, so most likely if you have lots of pieces, you can plug those in. And here's a picture of Sludge himself in his robot mode. He comes with a really cool cannon. Unfortunately, I don't think he comes with the sword, which he really should, in my opinion. But I bet there'll be an upgrade kit for this figure and all the Dinobots that will come with the sword. But yeah, overall, very, very cool. Of course, this is a leader class figure. It's $55, which actually does bring to a good question. Why is this $55? Will there be another little added on extra figure with it? So like with I think it was Snarl, or it was Slag or Sludge, Slug, whatever you want to call them. I'm confusing names. They came with an extra little character, like Grimlock. He came with Wheelie. The other Dinobot came with Spike, or it was Daniel, and the little exosuit. So maybe this figure will come with one of those as well, because I don't think it would just be $55. Usually, just a liter is pretty much about $52. Unless this is inflation. Who knows? The release date is 8/1/2022, so a little bit of a wait, but the good thing is it is still in stock. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. Again, I'm not typically collecting Stu series, but if you like the other Dinobots, most likely you're going to get this one. Moving on to the next one, this is a slight remold / repaint of Rekgar from the 86 movie line. So this is Junk Heap. So we kind of knew whenever they're making whenever they're making Rekgar, we knew we were going to get other versions of that mold, repaints, remolds, just to create kind of an army build of the Junkion figures. And here we have his motorcycle mode, which is quite similar to Rekgar, really just slightly tweaked in paint apps. Also, these little added-on panels on the side, these gray bits here, I think those are brand new. But the same accessory, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish they gave a new accessory, like a sword, maybe an axe or something, but it's like made out of junk, so not the greatest weapon to use, but still probably a weapon that they would use. But yeah, overall pretty cool, very muscle, bike-like with all the spikes, very junky, unsymmetrical. I think it looks pretty cool. And here we have the robot mode. It has the added on new little cannons on the side of the arms, which are pretty cool. I don't think they're removable. And I think the only change is like the torso, of course, a little bit of the arms, and the head. The head, of course, is completely brand new, and I think it looks pretty good. And I think the legs are all the same. I think maybe just slight change in color. I'm not too sure. But yeah, unfortunately, we have the same little spinning blade. Kind of would like if they maybe scrapped that and gave a new sword or axe or something. But who knows? Maybe they'll make another version of this mold with a brand new accessory, of course, in a brand new head sculpt. So very nice. I think they do have a lot of potential with this mold. When they first came out with Rekgar, I was actually thinking they could do some that are like partially like destroyed, because in the movie, there was some that had like their arms were just falling off, and they just popped them back on. So I think it'd been pretty cool if they have a figure like this, but it has that feature like cup where you can rip them into pieces. Because in the movie, Springer and RC and all of them, they can just blow them up, but they just kind of rebuild themselves. So I think that'd be a pretty cool feature if they did that with one of these. Kind of like the fossilizers, you can rip them apart and build them back together. I think that'd be pretty cool. Moving on to the last 2 figures, probably the most interesting figures for Stu Series fans. We have a repaint, but I think still probably people will like this one. It's Ironhide, a very classic character, really cool looking. Does really give me full of Cybertron vibes or War for Cybertron vibes, the video game. I like the really nice red and metallic gray mixture that looks really good. Also the blue on the chest. I like the head sculpt. I do like the cannon. The cannon looks really cool. This figure, the robot mode is really good. I give that compliment to Ratchet as well. Of course, the only thing difference between those two figures is the head sculpt. That's it. I think the robot mode is really cool. They did really good on that. I'm not entirely sure if the accessories changed. I think it might be the same weapon that came with Ratchet. I'm not sure. My complaint is the alt mode. If you watch my video talking about Ratchet, I'd say it's pretty much a box on wheels, and it really is. It's pretty much a box on wheels. There's very little, like, change in shape. It's pretty much just a box. It slightly juts out at the front, but honestly, that's to its own faults and hurt against it, because then it just kind of looks weird, because, the back completely flat, the sides are completely flat, and the top is completely flat. And there's just this weird angle at the front. I think that just looks kind of weird, in my opinion. I think it would have been cooler if they took the route of RC, where it's more kind of, it kind of gets thinner and flattens at the sides, so it's kind of bulkier in the middle, where, a person would drive or have the steering wheel and all the main things. I think it'd been pretty cool if they had, kind of more detail to this. Because again, just what I'm saying is, it really just looks like a box of wheels in my opinion. Appearance wise, yeah, it looks cool, but just when you start to look at it, you're just like, wow, this is not that creative. Which is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to put together the words. Really, just what I'm trying to say is not very creative, in my opinion. But the box looks pretty cool. Of course, the same number of steps and the same price as a typical deluxe. It's still in stock, and the release date is the 1st of October. And on the back, there's some product shots. Transforms into 22 steps, and overall, yeah, it's so figure. That's what I felt about Ratchet. The robot mode looks really cool. Love the accessories. Love the design. Just the alt mode just doesn't do it for me. And RC, definitely probably the most anticipated and liked character of this new Bumblebee line is RC here, because we hadn't had a RC in a while, and the last one we got was a shell former, really, in the Earthrise line. People didn't like that very much. I think the Earthrise RC was fine, in my opinion. I didn't have any complaints or problems with it. But I do understand people wanted more of a complex, interesting transformation than just getting a backpack and covering the figure. But this is not a shell former, which is quite nice. Again, deluxe size figure, so $25. And it comes with 2 pistols. There actually already has been some reviews out for this, and I think it looks pretty cool. So this is what I was trying to say with Ironhide. There's a lot more interesting detail and design to this figure. There's the front wheels. You can put the cannons at the back. It's a little bit chunky in the middle, but also it's slender. I think they should have done a better approach. I think they've done this approach with Ironhide because it's so much more, visually, and whenever you get this in hand, it's probably much more interesting than just having a box with wheels, which is pretty much what Ironhide's is. This looks really cool. I like that blue for the window. And the packaging art, which looks pretty cool. $85 for the Studio Series line. And transforms into 23 steps. And that's pretty much it for all these figures that I've just showed you. I think overall a pretty good release. Several figures for Transformer Tuesday. I was really hoping we would have gotten. Maybe the 3 legacy figures that we heard about recently: Buzzsaw, Night Prowler, and Sandstorm, but we didn't get those, which is unfortunate. But I think we will get them soon, because with that live stream that happened recently, they did say it would be spring or March. So sometime it will happen. This was more of just a Studio Series day. So let me know what you think of these figures that I just showed you. Of course, a lot of these we really already knew about. I just wanted to show this because there's much better pictures. Of course, we have a release date, a price, and I think really pictures do a lot whenever you're deciding when to buy something or not. So overall, a pretty good day for Studio Series fans. Let me know what you think of these figures in the comment section below. And I hope you enjoyed this video.